doing here, Golden Teachers. So I know this dude in real life. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing him since 2017. Now, when I say I know him, I wasn't friends with him. I was around him. I'm gonna tell you about this dude's history from what I know since 2017. So watch this. Okay, he came. We chased him out of California years ago. He tried to infiltrate the Pyrus in Compton. I got pictures and all of that. Matter of fact, I put it in your inbox and his paperwork of him being he got convicted of, you know, SO. He's a offender, and I put it in your inbox. You know what I'm saying? He got convicted in 2002 of that. But anyway, yeah, he tried to infiltrate the Pyrus in Compton. And how he did it.
Now, what is that again? What you said, the Pyru? What is that?
That's a gang in Compton.
Oh, okay.
It's like you got Crips, Bloods, Pyrus. So you have Pyru Street in Compton, and it's like a big gang in Compton. So he basically just came out of nowhere like he did now.
Okay.
And one of the OGs from there, you know, he was on dope real bad. So what we believe that Paul, I call him Paulie, that's what I know him by, was paying him. And basically telling the homies to vouch for him. Like he really, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, the homie, King Baba Louie, rest in peace. He just passed away last year. Out of respect, you know, homies just kind of like, you know, they let Small Paul make it. See, we know him as Paulie, Small Paul. Then he started calling himself Little AC. Well, anyway, me personally, when I first came across him, I'm like, man, hell nah, bro, way too clean. He ain't putting in no work. He don't smoke cigarettes. I'm getting police vibe from him. So I'm telling the homies, like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and a lot of homies was kind of looking at him with the side eye. But see, he was, you know, gassing up the older niggas, you know what I'm saying, making them feel some sort of way. They took them back to nostalgia. So Small Paul was like their golden child. So the real homies that seen him coming a mile away, we went up to his foul. And, you know, made a long story short, like he was just doing he was doing the gang of COINTELPRO stuff. Like he was putting homies against, like pinning one homie against another, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We went up in his background. Turns out none he said was true. Matter of fact, he said his dad was original Westside Pyru. That was a lie. His dad was a preacher. Rest in peace.
Crazy.
Paul, and his dad name is Paul Birdsong Sr. You can look up his arbitrary, you can Google it, out of Lansing, Michigan.
Alito Chumachuma, this is Chief Steve coming at y'all with another episode of True Story. We got a really interesting one for you guys today, but before we get into it, make sure you guys like and hype this video up. Comment in the comment section, get real interactive. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell as well. So whenever I drop these bombs, you'll be the first ones to grab them. Now, without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah. And just open-ended, any comments you want to give to like my generation, the younger generation, or just any generation.
Legally arm yourselves and unify, or else you will die. And I mean that in a literal sense. You see on the news all the time, Renee, you know, everybody say her name, Renee. Right? She just got shot in the face by ICE, right? This is a real thing, and they're not gonna stop. And the more they hurt people and get away with it, the more they're going to get that momentum to keep going. So everybody needs to unify and come together, and everybody needs to arm themselves, right? Because the revolution is in the barrel of a gun, whether you believe it or not. You want to be comfortable and you want to be nice, you don't want no confrontation. Look, Huey P. Newton said it the best. Anybody without a gun is either a slave or they're about to be one, you know? So, and people worried about people being scared of him. Huey P. Newton also said this when somebody asked him, don't you think the Black Panther Party is scary? Don't you think it's scaring people? He said, my people have been the ones afraid. Hey, sister, we got free groceries over here. Free hot soup and free clothes. He said, my people be the one afraid for hundreds of years. So if you're saying people scared of us now, that's a compliment. That means we're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather be scared of ICE? Would you rather be scared of the slave catcher, the police? Would you rather be scared of the government forces that are working against the people? Or would you rather be them scared to mess with you? That's for you to choose. That's for you to decide. Unify, arm yourself, and keep this mentality all the time. All power to the people.
All power to the people. Where can people find you? Like on social media?
I'm Chairman Paul Birdsong on Instagram. You can find the Black Panther Party for self-defense on TikTok and Instagram. Black Panther Party is split up by chapter, so whatever state you are in, if there's a chapter there, type in BPP and the name of your state, and it should pop up.
Awesome.
Won't no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for self-defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them, and it needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoot them rapidly. If you are gonna legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies. That makes them immune to whatever the people would do. I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher, you meet them with equal force. All power to the motherfucking people. No power to the pig. All power to the people. Chairman Paul Birdsong reporting for At the Community Defense Duty. Listen, two things that I need to run by you. Thing number one is, a lot of people are saying that we should not stand up against ICE because we're standing for people that aren't us. And Black Panthers only stand for black people. That is a lie. Huey P. Newton said that we are internationalists and we stand with all oppressed people no matter what color they are. That's the founder of the Black Panther Party that said that. So everybody who's running around talking about Black Panthers don't stand up for people other than black people don't know a damn thing about the Black Panther Party. That's thing number one. Thing number two, the Black Panther Party created something called the Rainbow Coalition, which is a coalition of Hispanics, Asians, whites, and blacks from all over the world working together to fight oppression. Again, the Black Panthers stood with the Mexicans, stood with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, stood with the Japanese, the Vietnamese. The Black Panthers did a whole campaign to end the Vietnam War because they stood with Vietnam. So for you guys who are talking all of this gibberish about, you guys aren't following traditions of the original, who do you think our leaders are? Aaron Dixon is an original Black Panther, right? Aaron Dixon is an original Black Panther who walked with Huey Newton. That's our leadership. And Billy Che Brooks, that was Fred Hampton's right-hand man. So you guys you sound stupid, to be honest. You sound like you don't really know what you're talking about. Doing a lot of hooting and hollering and don't really know what you're talking about. If you watch Huey Newton's speech, he specifically says, we are not black nationalists. We are internationalists. And we stand with all oppressed people across the globe, no matter what your ethnicity is. Come on, man. Y'all don't know what you talking about. You telling us what we're supposed to be doing as Black Panthers, and you don't know the first thing about a Black Panther. All power to the people, though.
The Black Panther Party was one of the most influential community movements in American history. It was founded in 1966 in Oakland, California by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale in response to injustice and inequality faced by Black communities. Their mission focused on dignity, education, safety, and self-determination. They believed communities deserved protection, opportunity, and truth. The Panthers created powerful community programs. They provided free breakfast for children, opened health clinics, supported elders, offered education programs, and taught political awareness. These programs helped thousands of families across the country. As their influence grew, they came under intense government surveillance. Many leaders were monitored, arrested, or pushed out of public life through legal and political pressure. Huey P. Newton faced years of scrutiny and legal challenges, Bobby Seale became a national symbol of political repression after repeated court cases connected to his activism. Fred Hampton, a young leader in Chicago, became known for uniting people across racial and economic lines. His life ended in 1969, and his story remains one of the most discussed chapters in American history. Eldridge Cleaver became an international voice for the movement and spent years outside the United States due to political pressure. Assata Shakur became one of the most well-known figures connected to the movement and has lived outside the U.S. for decades. During this period, a government program called COINTELPRO focused on disrupting political organizations it considered threatening. Many historians agree this program played a role in weakening the Black Panther Party. Over time, pressure from surveillance, legal battles, internal conflict, and misinformation caused the organization to lose strength. But the impact never disappeared. Their community programs inspired social services still used today. Their focus on education and awareness continues to influence new generations. Their legacy remains powerful. The Black Panther Party did not disappear because it failed. It disappeared because its influence was strong. And their story remains one of the most important chapters in American history.
We stand united for justice and empowerment.
The new Black Panther Party says that ICE should be abolished. Yeah, they caught up with the new Black Panther Party in Philadelphia participating in a visual for old girl who lost her life in Minnesota. They were able to talk to one of the chairmen, Paul Birdsong. He said if he was in Minnesota, old girl would have never lost her life. Matter of fact, nobody would have been touched because they out here armed. Like back in the day in the 60s when they used to do those police patrol, making sure that officers could conduct lawful stops, they out here with the same weaponry and the same training. He said they've been trained by older members, old school members from back then. And yeah, they're anti-ICE and that's their agenda. I don't know where they're going to go with this. Do you guys think that armed protesters will de-escalate the situation, or do you think that armed protesters will make matters worse? Because they sent additional hundreds of ICE agents into Minnesota on top of the thousands that they already sent out there last month. So I don't know if this new Black Panther Party have a new agenda than they did back in the 60s, but most definitely they're anti-ICE.
I'm on Steam, baby. Whoever that Hispanic, biracial, whoever he is, somebody he's the Black Panther Party, boo, stop. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all, I'm so mad. Y'all let anybody. Y'all just let anybody. We're no international any.
And what kind of Black Panther Party is that? What kind of Black Panther Party is that? He came up here and parted his lips talking about some. We care about all people that's oppressed. No, nigga. This is about black people that's oppressed. That's why you're called the Black Panther Party. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, did y'all catch that shit? We care about all people that's oppressed. Say her name. What? I mean, yes, it's tragic, but we ain't about to do that. We can make a couple of videos about that shit on the internet and then keep it pushing. But let's be crystal fucking clear when I say this. Don't nobody go hard for black people like how we go hard for ourselves. Okay? What the fuck? Is y'all cool?
I was born and raised in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so I'm always ready to talk about some Chicago history. So the Rainbow Coalition we are talking about today is not Push or Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Coalition, but the Black Panthers Rainbow Coalition that was spearheaded by Fred Hampton. Also, there is a documentary on this if you want to learn more, because we're just going to do a quick overview. Now, the Chicago Black Panther Party formed alliances across ethnic and racial lines with other community-based movements in the city, including the Young Lords and the Young Patriots. The Young Lords were Puerto Ricans, the Young Patriots were Southern whites. Chicago has always been a segregated city, and back then it was considered the most segregated city in America. Everybody is pretty much in their own areas. And So Lincoln Park at the time was 40% Puerto Rican. Uptown was full of poor whites who lived in slums, and 90% of the black people were on the south and west side. So this is how they came together. First, Robert Lee, who went by Bob Lee or Bobby Lee, he was the Panthers field secretary, and he made contact with the Young Patriots. Remember, they are the whites from Uptown. Then Fred Hampton made contact with the Young Lords, the Puerto Ricans. Now, we should all know Fred Hampton by now, but if you don't, he was the chairman of the Illinois division of the Black Panther Party, very powerful and passionate activist at such a young age, so much so that he was murdered by the FBI and the Chicago Police Department in a raid on his home on December 4th, 1969. Now, earlier that year, Fred Hampton and his contingent of Illinois Black Panthers went looking for a Puerto Rican kid by the name of Cha-Cha, named Jose Cha-Cha Jimenez, in Chicago's Lincoln Park neighborhood, because Fred had read in the paper that the Young Lords was doing a protest against police brutality, where they had locked themselves in the 18th District Police Station along with the police commander and the media to protest the ongoing police harassment of Latino residents. Now, the Young Lords, like I said, they was a Puerto Rican street gang that self-identified as revolutionists, nationalists who rallied for Puerto Rico's independence. So anywho, the Young Lords formed on the streets of Chicago as a gang, but in 1968, by 1968-69, they declared themselves a human rights organization. Long story short, Fred took them under his wing, and he and Cha-Cha will go on to found the original Rainbow Coalition along with Young Patriots leader William Preacherman Fesperman. Now, everybody ain't like that because the Young Patriots was walking around wearing that flag. You know, the flag. So there were some Panthers who left. So anyway, they called themselves the Poor People's Army, as Jose refers to it, as they were made up of blacks, Puerto Ricans, and whites, i.e., Rainbow. The Rainbow Coalition was drawing citywide and nationwide attention to police brutality, premeditated gentrification, and institutional racism in Chicago. The Black and Latino activists became natural allies because both communities had been battling Italian, German, Irish, and other white street gangs that were enforcing redlining at the street level. Black and Latino Chicagoans also lived together in the Cabrini Green projects. They attended the same overcrowded schools. They were denied entrance to certain beaches and restaurants and public spaces. Their parents had no access practically to city jobs or home ownership. So the blacks and the Latinos were experiencing the same struggles. The white Southerners joined because they were fighting poverty and also police brutality due to classism. Those who remember Fred Hampton says that he had the leadership skills to arrange gang truces and bring together unlikely groups. Jose Cha-Cha explained that their thing was that black people organized in the black community, Puerto Ricans organized in the Puerto Rican community, Mexicanos organized in the Mexican community, and poor white people organized in their community, and then they come together. And that's basically what the first Rainbow Coalition was about: oppressed black, white, and Puerto Ricans coming together to create coalitions, because it was more than one, that fought not only for their own people, but all oppressed people.
The Black Panthers are a cosplay organization. They get their vest on, you know what I'm saying? They grab a gun and they go out and they march in formation, but they've never actually completed a task for us that we've needed them to complete. I'm not talking about all these little liberal tasks that they be doing, tasks that help everybody. I'm talking about getting things done for us. Khalid Muhammad went out and physically fought the KKK in the streets. The Black Panthers weren't there, and they ain't been there. Don't come to me with this Fred Hampton nonsense. He's also not here. So in between the time that he's been gone and now, what have they been doing? Nothing but cosplaying. The Rainbow Coalition. Let me tell you something about a Rainbow Coalition. Every time black people coalesce to get something done, every time we come together and we're like, yeah, man, put our heads together, we ready to crack, we got to include somebody. And what happens besides us getting watered down? What happens? The movement gets destroyed, infiltrated by feds, and they always come through that pipeline, through the coalition pipeline. And you know who's responsible for that? The Black Panthers. I don't care who don't like what I'm saying, because you ain't also busting no grapes, so shut up. I'm sick of cosplayers coming out here and acting like they finna do something. Ain't none of y'all been on real shit since never. Y'all saw people get beat up on Edmund whatever bridge, and ever since then, you just been getting the backs kicked in, and ain't not one of y'all, and the ones who do end up getting locked up. We go to prison. That's where we go, to prison. We get locked up. See this frustration, man. It's like, I came out of the gate screaming, ready to move, only to have to fight off hordes of non-brothers and sisters, people who wasn't even connected to the black struggle, who wasn't even connected to black anything. I had to beat all them off with a stick just to have a conversation. Just to have a solo conversation with another black person. Every time we get ready to start with Khalid Muhammad again, what'd he say? They always got to be in a room. Whenever we come together, somebody else got to be in a room listening. I'm sick of it. Watching the black... You know, I've been like keeping my mouth closed on race stuff, on all this stuff. Just because. It's a lot of stress on the heart. But this right here, seeing this, whoever... This Black Panther organization and this whoever, y'all couldn't even put a brother with dreads up? Y'all couldn't have put the blackest man, blackest knight up to say all that weird shit? You had to put that guy up? That they're not actually a black organization. When communities from down south were infiltrating black communities and dismantling us, no Black Panther was to be found. None of these people were to be found. The only people who came out and said something were the community and black nationalists. And you already know what they say about us black nationalists, how they treat us. You destroy the only true defense force you have and replace it with these Rainbow Coalition wannabe pretending ass cosplayers. Peace.
Okay, look, I don't know who the hell these people are in this picture, but this is not the Black Panther Party. This is some sort of alternative COINTELPRO style Captain Save-A-Ho Black immigrant Panther Party, but it's not the Black Panther Party. I'm not even really sure why they're even using that as their name. I don't know where this dude came from. He's talking about how we fight for all oppressed groups. It just seemed like they just kind of popped up out of nowhere and decided to use the Black Panther Party, which I find very, very ironic. I mean, like, given like the delineation and all of that has been discussed over these last several months, I just find that to be very interesting that they decided to pop up out of nowhere with that name, and their plight has absolutely nothing to do with black people, but yet they're calling themselves the new Black Panther Party. There is a very obvious collective effort to drag Black American people specifically into the fight to help illegal immigrants stay in the country. It's pretty obvious at this point that this is a actual thing. Like, they actually want us to fight on behalf of illegal immigrants, not just of immigrants, illegal immigrants. Like, this almost kind of feels like a PR move that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, on behalf of Black America, to say, no, guys, look, no, we're in support of illegal immigration, guys. Like, with the Black Panther movement, we fight for all oppressed peoples all around the world. Just ignore this whole delineation thing. See, we fight for everybody. Like, well, what the hell is that? What is this about? We didn't ask for no PR. We didn't ask for nobody to come in to step in and play Captain Save-A-Ho and put our name on it. Nobody asked for that. So where the hell did y'all come from? Where did you just dropped out of Never Land? Like, what the hell is going on? I'm really truly confused. I would like to have more information on what the hell is really going on with it.
Make the Black Panthers. Okay, let's just start there. Those are a bunch of Antifa motherfuckers dressed like the Black Panthers. Listen, I just need people to understand, like, a lot of us Black Americans, we just really just want to be left alone. We want to just be considered as Americans. We want to live our lives in peace. We want to just be able to enjoy the freedoms that we have. The way that these people are trying to bring out Black Americans to join this fight, even if the fight is not beneficial to the growth of the community, needs to be studied. Because that lets you know That they see that their plan did not work to replace you. If Kamala would have won, you would have been replaced. But because it did not work, now they want to play on your emotion. They want to trigger you. They're using every single tactic possible to get you riled up, to reel you back in, because they realize that they are in a losing battle. They could try all damn day to try to fight what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, the man that we wanted, that America spoke for, is in office, doing what we voted for. What I'm saying is don't take the bait. At the same time, ask yourself this very valuable question. You ready? Where's all the water hoses at? Where's all the dogs? Where's the violence that happened when your ancestors was out there fighting for civil rights? They were old. Nobody owe these people a damn thing. America been giving them everything that they needed since they brought their illegal asses over here. They give them more than they gave you. You're necessary so they could stay in power. You don't gotta like me because I'm a conservative. You don't gotta listen to me. You could call me every Uncle Tom, Uncle Coon. You could call me whatever you want. But you can't call me blind because I could see. God gave me these big, beautiful eyes for a reason. And if you ain't using yours to see what's really going on, you just meet for the lions. I said it once and I'll say it again. The spell is broken. And they know it.
Black Americans, my job is to keep reminding you, don't give these motherfuckers your energy. Now apparently they got the new black, Panther, P-A-R-T-Y, protecting Emma G-R-A-N-T-S's. The whole spiel behind that is to make other black Americans, the real indigenous American Indians, think that, oh, look, our people are going to protect them. Maybe we should too. And bada bing, bada boom, they manipulated you into giving up your fucking energy. They are desperate.
Oh, you mad because I said, oh, boy ain't black? Stay out of my comments. You're not invited to the picnic either. At the end of the day, the Black Panther Party took care of their own people, their own neighborhood. Made sure we ate. Made sure we were good. Those people was called a terror.
It's no longer self-defense if you say if an ICE officer touch you, you're going to shoot a hole in their chest. Now it's premeditated. Several chapters of the Black Panthers Party is saying they're not advocating for what the Black Panthers Party self-defense is doing. That's Paul Birdsong and his people, what they doing and shit. They're not advocating for that. I don't even know if those two groups are the same for the simple fact that in self-defense part, two things that are alike are not the same. Nevertheless, they're not advocating for what the Black Panthers Party in self-defense do as far as like going out and facing ICE on the front lines and stuff like that. Because I mean, even the people that's not Black Panthers, black people as a whole know that we all sitting back and we're gonna do what we do and we're gonna try to make a change from the inside and then we can make an effect to the outside. But like just going out there talking about I'm gonna shoot an ICE officer in the chest if he touch me morally, yeah, that's self-defense. But like in the eyes of the law, nigga, that's premeditated murder, bro. The law is finicky, bro. Like they can really lock you up for that shit nowadays. It's finicky. You do remember the real reason why we have gun laws, strict gun laws in the first place, right? Because the Black Panthers Party expressing their Second Amendment rights. Rightfully so, and lawfully so. The NRA voted against open carry unless you have a permit, bro. They voted against the Second Amendment rights because niggas was learning the law. So the main thing is not just go out there and just try to cause violence because we know they're going to try to label niggas as a fucking terrorist organization or whatever they can, bro. If we can make a change from the inside, it can spread out to the outside and then we can start making changes to the federal government like what the fuck ICE is doing, the Trump administration or whatever may have you, bro. But this approach where it's like we going to go shoot ICE and this and that, bro, like why you didn't get the message that we all on call right now? We all chilling. Like, we all chilling in the sense of, like, we not gonna be no shills, bro. We not gonna be out there fucking shooting nothing, bro. Like, we not... People gotta feel what the fuck we had to go through to understand what the fuck was going on. So now that, like, all that is gonna be us next, nigga, we been next every time, nigga, because we been first every time. So, like, I understand what you're trying to do, bro, but you gotta get in tune, bro. You gotta get in tune. Like I honestly respect what you're doing. Like you trying to get our people to be on our toes and get militant and know what we gotta know, but at the same time, we gotta have we all have an approach that we taking, and yours is really different. It's not an approach it's an approach we know not to take, bro. Because we know if we take that approach, martial law is coming. We all know, we see the play, bro. So like, and then people's questioning like your blackness. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I see niggas that look like you. I see Spanish niggas that look like you. I'm not attacking that. I don't know.
General Mike Payne, national leader of the original Black Panther Party here. We have received many emails from people asking what is our official stance on the ICE situation. I need you all to listen and understand what I'm telling you. We, the original Black Panther Party, in good conscience cannot risk life and limb of our people for groups of people who have not risked life and limb for us. Just because we have a common enemy, that does not equate to us having a common problem. If this was so, now listen to me. If we had a common problem and enemy, where were the immigrants or even the black immigrants as a whole when Breonna Taylor, Tyree Nichols, Trayvon Martin, Rollin Hill, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, where were you at when our people are murdered in the streets, slaughtered in cold blood by an agency that now hunts you? But now that injustice has touched your door, we have something in common. The black agenda must come first. We are still working on in-house unification. We cannot afford to divide our ranks to help individuals who have not been reciprocatory. Black citizens, we are not the target. Sure, like anything else, a few black citizens get stopped, hassled, and ID'd. That's been happening to us for 400 plus years. The difference now is we aren't who they're looking for. We don't mean this in a harsh way to any community that migrated here and are targets of ICE. But legal or illegally, this has been our experience since our shackled feet touched the Virginia soil. Welcome to America.
Stand down, my people. Stand down. This is not our fight. It's never been our fight. And history has shown that once we stop looking out for ourselves and start looking out for the benefits of others at the neglect of our own benefit, things go down south. And it all happens and it turns out for the worse. And we are always the ones that get the brunt of the backlash. History has proven this time and time again. But now our people are starting to realize that and recognize that the fight isn't worth it. Now, I don't know personally who this person is that's inciting all of this. People have some first-hand witness account and people have their own allegations and suspicions of who this person might be. I'm here to tell you that this is for entertainment and education purposes only. And all statements made in this video are purely alleged. With that being said, we have been compromised as a people time and time again. We've been infiltrated time and time again ever since we started to organize. And I'm going way before the Black Panther Party. I'm talking about colonial times. I'm talking about when foreigners first came through looking like us, walking like us, talking like us, and we taking them in and then making them chiefs, letting them marry into our tribes, and taking on the roles and the title of chiefs and leaders as dignitaries, as delegates, to speak on behalf of us, to other foreign entities, making treaties that were meant to be broken. It's been going on for a very long time, way beyond 400 years. And now, in this time, 2026, we see, just like we saw back then, but now as a collective, we see what is going on. There's nothing new under the sun. And we know that. We understand that. And in knowing that, we have to take the proper precautions. We have to stay vigilant. We need to stay aware. And we need to move accordingly. And I'm telling you, move in silence. The most noise that was made started with silence. Move accordingly. Stay on code, but move in silence. We know what we're up against personally. We know what we need to do, what we have to do. Those who know, know. And what's understood and overstood needs not to be explained. So let's continue to move accordingly. Let's continue to stay vigilant, like I said. Now, I'm not a voter. I don't vote. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. So whatever is going on right now, if it don't affect my people personally, I don't have nothing to say about it. I'm here for my people and my people alone. And I think that's how we should all be. Even if you do decide to get into the political realm. If you're not putting our people first, then what are you really there for? Now, I'm not the one to sit here and try to judge anybody based on their political decisions, political choices. My thing is, you do what you want to do. But when it comes to my people, if it's something that's going to impact my people in any kind of way, shape, or form, I'm going to have something to say about it. And again, I feel like that's how we should all be. But I like the overall climate, how our people are responding to this matter. We're continuing to mind our own business. We're continuing to stay on alert. At the same time, we chilling. Don't go outside trying to start a fight on behalf of somebody else. Those schoolyard days is over. Seeing somebody getting bullied, picked on. I used to be one that was, step in and say, hey, stop picking on him. Leave him alone, And in some cases, I was wrong. The person that was getting picked on and bullied on or jumped on, they had it coming. And that's when I realized at a very young age, it's not my job to run in and try to save everybody, try to protect everybody. And now, in our very wise age as a people, as a collective, we are recognizing that in full spectrum. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all standing on business. So, continue to move accordingly. Continue to do what you do. All right? And let's take care of one another, our people first. This is Chief Steve signing off. Tata Chista, I cherish you all. Don't forget to like and hype this video. Subscribe if you're new. And we'll see you next time. Your Koki. Thank you for watching.